Our next mathematician is a Hungarian mathematician, George Polya. He's famous for saying it's better to solve one problem 5 ways than to solve 5 problems one way. He had a way of showing how seemingly difficult problems can be solved with simple solutions. So, called the father of problem solving, like to show students that problems that look difficult had simple solutions. Suppose you have 2 dogs and 1 flea. The dogs spy one another from opposite ends of a 100-foot driveway and begin to run towards each other, each at a speed of 10 feet per second. So we need to know that it is 10 feet per second. Starting on one dog, the flea springs back and forth, so it's going back and forth on the dog's noses, back and forth. The flea is traveling 20 feet per second until the dogs collide and flatten him. How far did the flea travel in all before he was flattened? All right, so we know that we have 10 feet per dog. All right, that is information that is given to us. All right, they're both traveling 10 feet per second. So that means if this dog is traveling 10 feet per second and this dog is traveling 10 feet per second, they're traveling 20 feet per second. All right. Now, if they're going 100 feet, we're going to take the 100 feet, we're going to divide that by the 20 feet per second is going to equal 5 seconds it's going to take until these dogs collide. During the 5 seconds, the flea is traveling 20 feet per second. Now, if the flea is going 20 feet per second, then it's going to be going, and it's going to be happening during this 5 seconds. It says, how far did the flea travel in all? It traveled 100 feet. Because it's traveling 20 feet per second, we know it takes 5 seconds. If it did 20 feet per second, and it did it for 5 seconds, 20 times 5 is 100. So even though the dogs are not traveling 100 feet themselves because they're going at each other, the flea is going back and forth, back and forth. During those 5 seconds, it is the only thing that travels the 100 feet. And if you simply set it up kind of like that, and once again, there are a lot of different ways to do this one, but that's one way, and that's what George Polya wanted us to do. Take difficult problems, make them a little simpler. That is our mathematician of the day.